Working is the biggest scam going, and I don't give a fuck what anyone's got to say about it, because working is the biggest scam there is. How could it not be? How could it not be? And sometimes I sit and think to myself, how the fuck have they managed to get everyone to accept this as life? How the fuck have they done it? I don't know. We all just think this is normal and this is what we do. But we're talking about something that's gonna steal all your time, your energy, your dreams, your aspirations away from you. It's gonna pull you away from your family every day. Okay? 5 to 6 days a week, 50 years of your life you gotta do this shit for. Okay? And people just think this is normal. It's fucking unbelievable. And what's worse is that most people have mortgages, okay? So they're well and truly trapped within the system. There's no way that houses should cost that much. They shouldn't. The only reason they cost that much is because they want you to work your entire life paying the bastard thing off, okay? That's why houses cost that much. So they can keep you trapped in the system, okay? And you can argue this all you want. You can debate it all you want. But the fact still remains that you're a slave, okay? You get 48 hours per week, if you're lucky, to be a human being and do the things that you want to do. But for the rest of it, you're a slave for a company that makes millions and you just make pounds. Please tell me, how is that not a scam?
Let me talk to y'all for a minute, because I know I'm not the only one feeling like this. A lot of us are stuck at these jobs we don't even hate at first, but they slowly start draining the life out of us. You wake up tired, you go in tired, you come home tired, and somehow they still expect you to show up like you're fully happy and motivated when you're running on empty. And what makes it worse is you don't even know how to get out. You can't quit because of the bills. Your kids don't care about your mental health. Your spouse don't care. You know, life don't pause because you overwhelmed. So you stay, right? And every day you stay, a little piece of your check come out, right? But we smile at work. We say I'm good. But inside, y'all, we're anxious, irritated, and short-tempered. Crying in the car before the shift start. Crying in the shower after. And then we feeling guilty for wanting more. Like we supposed to be grateful just because we got a paycheck. No, that's not how it works. And nobody really talks about burnout and how it don't happen overnight. It's the constant pressure, the lack of appreciation, the favoritism, the more doing with less, right? The being told this is just how it is when your body and mind screaming, something ain't right. And some of us, we ain't lazy, we ain't ungrateful, we're just overwhelmed and trapped in survival mode. And the scariest part, you start forgetting who you were before the job even started breaking your body down. Your dreams get quiet, your energy get low, your patience get thin, and then you start thinking, is this really my life? And if this hits you right now, hey, you feel stuck, burned out, and tired of pretending you okay? Please press that follow button. Say how you doing, Twin Fatty, in that chat. We're going to get to know each other, y'all. We're going to be a group of people, that community that shows up for each other, because you're not alone. And this conversation needs to be had. So we got to start talking about how to get out without losing ourselves first. And we all just comment below.
I realized that true freedom is not working a 9 to 5. Because think about it. Your whole entire life revolves around that 9 to 5. Because you have to be at a specific place at a specific time for a specific amount of days a week. You spend majority of your time there, and the only thing they reward you with is 2 days off. Here you go. Here's your 2 days off. I know you spend majority of your life here, but here's 2 days off. And if you want to take extra days off, you got to go through them. That's not freedom, bro. That's why my goal is to leave a 9 to 5. There's no true freedom there. And like I say, it's about perspective. I appreciate the 9 to 5, but I don't settle for the 9 to 5. I know that I'm destined for greater things than a 9 to 5, but a lot of people don't think that way. But once you start to realize the cycle and that you're not really truly free, that makes you want to go acquire the skills to become truly free. And then that doesn't mean you have to start your own business. There's nothing wrong with working the right 9 to 5. There's a good 9 to 5 and there's a bad 9 to 5. There are 9 to 5s where you don't feel like your freedom is gone, where you can actually enjoy life outside of that. You just have to find those types of jobs.
What the fuck are we doing on this earth, man? Every day, most of us wake up and go to a job that we really don't fucking like, but we can't really quit because we got to get the money to pay the bills that they say it's important to pay. What the fuck is the point of this life, man? We go to grocery stores and buy food that God gave us for free. Why the fuck did we pay for lights? Well, that's just the way it is. Fuck you. I'm tired of all this that's just the way it is bullshit. This whole fucking system is garbage. America ain't nothing but a big ass fucking plantation, man. A big ass fucking plantation. What the fuck are we doing here? There are days I don't want to be on this earth. And I'm not saying I want to unalive myself and nothing like that. But I'm tired, man. It's like, what the fuck is the point of any of this? To work till we 60, 70 years old? Most of us ain't gonna fucking live to see 50. But we gotta work to maybe retire. Man, fuck you and all that bullshit, man. I don't give a fuck about who president, left, right, and all this dumbass shit. I'm tired of this whole fucking game, man. It's a big ass game. It's a big ass charade. America is a fucking plantation. I don't give a fuck what nobody got to say about it, man. This shit is exhausting. Like, I don't even want to look for another job. I'm gonna walk in there, they gonna ask me, why do you even want this job? Bitch, because I need some fucking money to pay the bills that they tell me is important to pay. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Let's be real for a second. This is for most people, and I have to preface that, again, for most people, a 9-to-5 job is barely helping you make ends meet right now. You know exactly how much you're gonna get paid, you know exactly when you're gonna get paid, down to the very cent. It's enough to cover bills, it's enough to get by, but it's not enough for you to truly be able to breathe. That's exactly how the system is designed. It is designed to keep you coming back because that is the only way that you know how to bring in an income for you and your family. The reality is, even if you're making a decent income, your 9-to-5 job is never going to give you the time freedom you're truly looking for. You'll have to ask permission to go out there and live your life, to be a present parent, to be present to the things that truly matter most to you. Entrepreneurship is so different. There's really no cap here. In corporate America, that 9-to-5 life, they're gonna tell you how much you're getting paid for how many hours, and you're not making any more than that. Here in this entrepreneur world, the sky's the limit. No one is gonna tell you, hey, you've made enough this year, that's it, you can't make anything more. No one is gonna go ahead and limit your income because of a title you hold or because of income salary you agreed to when you first got hired for the position. As an entrepreneur, no one can fire you because you are your business. Okay, we all think that there's job security in a 9-to-5 job, but they can literally let you go the minute that they feel like you're no longer bringing value to their company, right? There's no such thing as job security. And that's the thought and the idea so many people hold on to. You could be let go tomorrow with nothing to fall back on. Your security, true security, it's not a company, it's your skill sets, it's you. No one can take that from you. You don't need permission. You don't need a specific degree. You don't need someone to tell you that you're qualified enough. You get to just decide that you want more for your life, that you want to step out and try something different. If you can commit to learning a new skill, getting out of your comfort zone, and truly showing up consistently, you can truly create income on your own terms this year. I work with everyday, regular people just like you and I who start from zero, no experience in social media, and I teach them how to start showing up and monetizing in this online social space that we're living in. It is a gold mine, and anyone can step into this online world and start making income and become their own boss if they choose to just do something different.
I have an interesting perspective on what I think is going to happen to the corporate world in 10 to 15 years. I think that this whole 9 hours a day in an office sitting behind a computer screen is going to go away. I don't think it's going to be a thing anymore. I think enough people in this generation are waking up to the fact that they don't want to live that life. It's becoming very, very clear that people know they don't want that. And companies, these big corporation companies, are refusing to change their work policies, right? It is unbelievable to me how during COVID, a lot of people went to working remote and they got accustomed to working remote from their homes and stayed efficient. And then they wanted to go right back to the old ways and in office. And then employees are like, well, we were able to work from home efficiently and effectively. Why can't we do that whenever? Why do we have to be in an office? Because it's all a control thing. It's all a control thing, right? They want to be able to monitor and control your every move, micromanagement. And also, let's be realistic, 90% of these corporate 8 to 5 jobs that people are getting out of school right now, and when I graduated college, right, can all really be done by AI here pretty soon. A lot of these just menial tasks like implementing data into a spreadsheet or something, it's going to be able to be done by AI. So a lot of these jobs are going to be gone and a lot of people are going to be out of work. So with that being said, I believe that it's going to turn from a 9 to 5 culture to more of an independent contracting culture. I believe between AI coming and people just not wanting to go sit behind a computer screen for 45 hours a week, it's going to lead to more of an independent contracting type world where businesses are going to hire people who just have a specific skill set that they need for a short-term period, and then they'll move on. Whereas an independent contractor, you're just going to be looking for job to job to job. That loyalty that used to be a thing for a worker and their company is no longer a thing because there's no trust. People don't trust companies to keep them employed, right? There's no such thing as a pension. There's a constant fear of, am I still going to have a job next year with AI coming in and everything? Am I still going to be working here? So there's no trust. And then employees, if they find a higher paying opportunity, rightfully so, are going to leave for that opportunity. So employers are not necessarily very trustworthy of their employees, right? They look at employees as a number, and that employee is usually very replaceable. So they don't really care about you. That lack of trust was not a thing 30, 40, 50 years ago, right? A lot of people who entered the workforce at the time, like our parents or grandparents, right? There was a trust where when you joined a company, it was your expectation that you're probably going to be at that company for the rest of your life. But these companies just kind of treat you like a number now. And when they make you sit behind a computer screen and there's not a whole lot of value that you're providing to society, it makes you feel pretty worthless, right? At least that's how it would make me feel. And that's ultimately what led me to pursue the self-employment journey that I'm on and quitting the whole 9 to 5 thing. I just couldn't do it anymore. So if you're in a position where you're thinking about getting out of the 9 to 5 world, you kind of want to jumpstart right now, I think it's really good to just focus on learning high income skills that are going to translate well into society in this new coming age, right? Like social media marketing, I think is going to be huge in the future. It already is right now. Obviously, sales will never go away. Content creation, marketing, anything blue collar, trade related, that's not going to go anywhere. We're going to need doctors, right? But if I were you, I would learn as much as you can about up and coming industries, right? Learn as much as you can about AI, even if you've never used it before. Learn about it, right? Learn how maybe you can use it to make yourself more valuable to a company or something. Because I do believe that a big shift is going to come from this whole 9 to 5 culture to more independent contracting work where your income is going to be reliant on your skill set.
The frequency of a 9 to 5 job is a very tricky energy to get out of because we're trained, we're programmed from a young age that this is the only way in order to provide for myself, provide for my family. I have to get some type of a job. Let me find something that I kind of enjoy. And then you get into it and you find out you don't even actually enjoy that, right? You'd rather be doing something you're actually passionate about doing and you would do for free, but somehow get paid for it. Well, you can. Now, because you're so entrenched in the frequency of a job, right? I have to do this, right? And you're fully in the frequency. It's fully manifest into your external reality or whatever you want to call this, the matrix. You now have to create a frequency of, I can do what I love and I am always provided for. That should be the theme of this new frequency that you're creating. I can do what I love and I'm always provided for. I'm always supported. The universe wants you to do this. It wants you to do what you're passionate about doing. It doesn't want you to do something that doesn't feel right. It doesn't want you to do something that you feel obligated to do. It wants you to do something that you actually enjoy doing. And you don't need to know what the next step is. You just need to start. You start and you fumble your way into success. I know it sounds strange, but physical action, physical movement is required here. You have to start. Start doing the thing that you actually enjoy, and day by day, step by step, you figure out, okay, how do I now support myself doing this thing that I love doing so much, that I would do for free? Step by step, day by day, but you have to start. You can't be stuck in that, how am I going to do this, and what's going to be the timing and all that stuff. You don't have to jump ship, right? Some people do, but you don't have to jump ship in order to start this thing. You just have to start. With whatever free time you have, you start your new profession or your new job, the one that doesn't feel like you're working.
Did you know, and I just found this out, that 9 to 5 doesn't mean the hours you work? What it actually means is that you work 9 hours a day, 5 times a week. And I've always kind of thought like 9 to 5 didn't make any sense, because I've never had a job where I worked 9 to 5. It was always 8 to 5 or 9 to 6. And so it all makes sense now.
Do you really think a 9 to 5 will actually get you rich? Like, actually think about it. Do you really think these companies, these people want you to get rich just so you can leave their company and work for yourself? No, they don't. They want to keep you in the same loop for the rest of your life. These companies want you to work for them 24/7 until you die, just so they can live off of that money while you're struggling to pay bills, live your life, spend time with your family, kids, everything like that. So now, 2026, this is the perfect time to start even a side hustle, passive income, anything, investing, anything you want to get into that will free you from that 9 to 5 mindset, and where you'll be able to start living your own life on your own terms at any time you want.
I've never seen a person that worked 9 to 5 to become rich or wealthy or enjoy life or be successful. That's a slave. That's a human dog for the world of somebody building somebody else's dream for a dollar bill. See why you can't get ahead? Because look, it's 9 to 5. God is 24/7. What you need that 9 to 5 for? You don't need it. Struggling your whole life. You've been sitting around that job 50 years, 30 years, 20 years, 10 years of your life. Look how much time you wasted trying to entertain someone else's dreams instead of building your own and building that stability and financial, gain for yourselves. Wake up, people, y'all. 2026 is exposing everything and everybody in every place. God is giving us all power to work on ourselves and do the work ourselves. He's giving you the business already, baby. You just got to focus on your calling, your purpose as to what that is, and finding your power, knowing your worth, having that confidence and self-esteem and the faith and consistency and the patience to do so you can win. It ain't about nobody else, baby. It's all about you and how you build that business. Get to it. Let's get it.